Hey, welcome to EPN. My name is Victor Lucas, and we bring you the latest in everything cool every single day. Today's rundown is going out to Tech489. Says, I wish I had seen this review before I watched the movie. He was talking about that terrible Outsider movie that's on Netflix. Avoid that one, but do watch your rundown. Marvel and Disney are about to unleash the biggest crossover in history, and we're not talking about Infinity War. Marvel's iconic characters are coming to the Disneyland theme parks in a new and much bigger way. Disney has announced that they're bringing 3 massive Marvel-themed worlds to 3 different Disneyland resorts: California, Paris, and Hong Kong. Although there are already loads of Marvel attractions and characters featured at Disney parks across the globe, these will be entire worlds devoted to the franchises, complete with their own rides, attractions, live shows, and other gimmicks. At Disneyland in California, the new Marvel attractions will be built around the existing ride Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, while the Marvel worlds in Paris and Hong Kong will be entirely new. The first of the new attractions will begin rolling out in 2020 and are scheduled to be finished in 2023. It's no surprise that Disney wants to further capitalize on their valuable Marvel properties, especially given the success of recent films like Black Panther and all the buzz surrounding Infinity War. In related news, Disney is already working on new Star Wars themed worlds for Disneyland in California and Disney World in Florida. Those open next year. And 2 of the newest heroes to join the Marvel Cinematic Universe are already crossing over with LEGO. Last year's video game, LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2, is getting new DLC based on the upcoming Marvel TV series Cloak and Dagger. It's called the Cloak and Dagger Character and Level Pack and gives players new story missions where they can play as both Cloak and Dagger as they take on bad guys. This means you'll be able to wield their unique superpowers. Cloak has the ability to control darkness, while Dagger controls light. The DLC is available now on all platforms and costs $4 in Canada. The TV series premieres June 7th. LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2 has been receiving a steady stream of new DLC based on other recent Marvel properties like Black Panther, and it will soon be getting new DLC based on upcoming titles like Infinity War and Ant-Man and the Wasp. Big changes have begun happening in the troubled game Star Wars Battlefront II. Electronic Arts and DICE have begun rolling out the promised overhaul of the game's controversial progression system. First announced last week, the changes are now available in a new software update and are designed to make the progression system less random and instead more straightforward and linear. For starters, the star cards that players need to unlock new abilities can no longer be earned through randomized loot boxes. Players can instead unlock specific star cards using experience points, which takes away the randomization process and means a lot less grinding. Another big change is that you can no longer buy loot boxes. They can only be earned by logging in daily or completing challenges in the game. Microtransactions aren't going away though. Once this new update is finished rolling out, EA and DICE plan to revamp the microtransactions, having temporarily suspended them following the backlash when the game first launched. Players will still be able to use real-life money to buy in-game items, but they'll only be able to buy cosmetic items and not ones that affect gameplay, which is frankly how it should have been all along. The microtransaction changes are expected to be finished rolling out in April. All of this could be seen as an act of desperation on EA's part. The controversy surrounding Battlefront 2 has hurt the success of the game, so they're desperate to fix things and make it work. Top secret intel about the next Assassin's Creed game has emerged from the shadows. The unannounced next game in the series is rumored to be set in ancient Greece. That's according to the website comicbook.com, which, citing unnamed sources, claims that the game will take place during the golden age of Greek history, several hundred years before the events of last year's Assassin's Creed Origins. That game featured several Greek-inspired locations and characters, and ancient Greece would certainly be in keeping with the historical tone of the previous games, but still, you should consider this nothing more than a rumor until further notice. The next Assassin's Creed game, whatever it is expected to arrive next year, and things are looking very bright for Ubisoft. Yesterday, they announced that they had won their battle with media conglomerate Vivendi, which had been trying to acquire Ubisoft in a hostile takeover bid. Ubisoft was able to win thanks to help from outside investors, most notably Chinese gaming giant Tencent. As part of the deal, Tencent is going to begin publishing Ubisoft games in China, which opens up the world's biggest country to many Ubisoft titles for the first time. We'll see how they like Assassin's Creed. The next game from the makers of the Witcher series is so big, they're opening up another studio. The Witcher developer CD Projekt Red has announced that they've opened up a new development studio in Wrocław, Poland, which will work alongside the main development team based in Warsaw. Their first project is to help out with the development of CD Projekt Red's upcoming game Cyberpunk 2077, which they previously stated is going to be massive, even bigger than The Witcher 3. The new studio in Wrocław is actually the third team to join Cyberpunk 2077. CD Projekt Red is already using their other development studio in Krakow, Poland to assist on the project. This means Cyberpunk 2077 is obviously a massive undertaking, so hopefully for them it's a success. Few details about the game have been revealed since it was first announced back in 2013, but it's expected to get a full unveiling at E3 this June. Humanity will hopefully still be here in 2077, but there's a chance we might all go extinct a few decades later. NASA has announced that there's a small chance an asteroid will hit Earth in the year 2135. The asteroid, known as Bennu, was discovered in 1999 and is about 500 meters wide, which means that if it does hit Earth, it could cause mass extinction. Thankfully, NASA estimates that there's only a 1 in 2,700 chance that it will actually hit us, but they've got a plan just in case, and it's a pretty badass plan. Scientists at NASA and the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory in California have begun devising a conceptual spacecraft to deflect the asteroid. The spacecraft is called the Hypervelocity Asteroid Mitigation Mission for Emergency Response Vehicle, or HAMMER for short, and will essentially act like a battering ram, impacting the asteroid and veering it off course away from Earth. The craft could also house nuclear warheads to give it a little extra oomph. In order to work, the HAMMER spacecraft will need to deflect the asteroid anywhere from 10 to 25 years before it actually gets to Earth, but since that's not going to happen until 2135, we've got some time. This won't even be the first mission to that asteroid either. NASA is already sending another spacecraft called OSIRIS-REx, which is a research craft and doesn't have any bombs. It's expected to reach Bennu later this year and return samples to Earth in 2023. That wraps us up for the rundown today. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back again tomorrow with a brand new episode, but in the meantime, check out some of the other content that we've been making, and if you dig it, hit subscribe, that little bell, and if you're so inclined, that sponsorship button too.